Yo, Doma Sports Talk worldwide. Folks, the Glamour is being put back in the heavyweight division. And I am serious about that. There are a lot of developments going on in the heavyweight division. You guys know what's going on the 10th of December, right? There's a lot of heavyweight fights. We've talked about that, but it's just some of the developments that are going on. We are going to be in for a lot of good fights coming up soon, right? Because here's what I mean by the Glamours being put back into the heavyweight division. At least, at bare minimum, most of these top 15, top 20 heavyweights are at least calling each other out. And that's a start. They're putting each other's names in their mouths. Some of these guys, you were thinking, well, they wouldn't even mention this guy. They wouldn't mention this guy. There are a lot of developments, and I'm just going to spit some what I've just been hearing. Anthony Joshua has put Luis Ortiz name in his mouth, saying he would be willing to fight him after he handles his other business. We know he wanted to fight Klitschko on the 10th of December. We know that didn't happen. But those are, elite guys wanting to fight each other. So Joshua seems to be ready for those kind of challenges, right? You have, let's see who else. You have Deontay Wilder, who says, hey, look, I'll fight Tyson Fury even without the belts. And this is real big because let's be real, everybody. Let's be real. Tyson Fury is basically the heavyweight champion, right? The guy who beat the man. The guy who beats Klitschko, who reigned for 9.5 years or more, right, is really the man. It doesn't matter what the sanctioning bodies are telling us because they're bringing a lot of confusion into the heavyweight division. We don't know what's going on because they have too many champions and stuff. Don't let me get started. That's a video for itself. The WBA has three champions. IBF stripping Tyson Fury when he should just let him just do his rematch and then we could get one heavyweight champion, right? A unified champion. We're not going to be getting that. My prediction is we won't get that before about 1.5 years. There's too much that has to happen to get these guys back on track. But you still have Deontay calling him out, Tyson Fury, without a belt. He would take the winner of Joshua against Klitschko when that happens. So those are another good fight, right? We know that Andy Ruiz is fighting Joseph Parker for the WBO belt, right? The winner of that has to take on David Haye, who's still in the mix, guys. Don't forget that guy, because have you ever seen David Haye really get beat up bad? Right? The guy has skill, so he's still in the mix, right? And even David Haye, he's going to fight Tony Bello, I think. I think that's going to be a big English clash, so David Haye can get a little bit of the rush off, stay busy until he can get the winner of the Andy Ruiz Joseph Parker fight. So in that Tony Bello fight, it's pretty good. Tony Bello, that was the guy that was in Creed, you guys. If you don't know, watch the movie Creed. He was in Creed, did a good job in it. And he's been beasting in the cruiserweight division, right? So that David Haye, Tony Bello fight would be huge in England. So that's something going down. So you have a lot of heavyweights calling each other out. Like I said, the only negative would be that we probably won't get a unified champion. But in the meantime, on the way to getting a unified champion, there's going to be a lot of fights. All top 15 are calling each other's out. Even those guys that are a little bit under that level, right? That you might not know about. You got a Dillian White from England. Do not underestimate this guy. He lost to Anthony Joshua, but look at the fight. He hurt Anthony Joshua. And we all know it's documented that his shoulder was hurt, very hurt. And when he threw that left, he couldn't really throw it anymore. So he, in his mind, hasn't lost. And he calls out everybody. He fears no man, it seems to be. And then you have another guy, a big old dude, Jarrell Miller from the States, almost 300 pounds. Right? I hope he gets down to about 270. That's what he said he wants to do. He's going to be dangerous. He has no fear from anybody. He has a kickboxing background. This guy's ready to roll. So you have those guys knocking at the door hard, trying to bust it down, right? You have Lucas Brown about to fight. Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ! 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 Yeah, Shannon Briggs and talked his way into something. I'm glad for him, and it's really good too because at least one thing about Shannon Briggs, he never called out anybody with no money. Everybody calling out got some money, and the man's 44 years old. He has to cash out. So let's go ahead and hope the best for him. I'm not hating on him trying to get a championship, a fight. He doesn't need to try to fight his way up, really. Just go ahead and see what you got. But Shannon, you're gonna mess with Lucas Brown. So if you can't get him out of there in 2 or 3 rounds, Lucas Brown has a little stamina. So I'm going with Lucas Brown late in that fight, but I wish Shannon the best. So, and like I say, Lucas Brown is calling out everyone. He doesn't have fear for anybody. So all of these people in the top 15, top 20 are willing to fight each other. And there's where the glamour is. There's only like one fighter or maybe two that I think that are not really trying to fight the best of the best and trying to kind of just finagle their way through. One being Kubrat Pulev, even though I really like the guy. He's really talented. He doesn't have the most power, but he has one of the best jabs in the division. He's a good fighter, but my antenna went up when he wasn't willing to take the Anthony Joshua fight. That's a lot of money, a lot of profile. You get known a little bit more. I am really worried why he wouldn't take that fight. Instead, you're going to take a Samuel Peter. Guys, I don't know if you know Samuel Peter. He used to fight the Klitschko's. He fought both of them, I think it was. Decent fighter in his day, right? Even won a title, one of the titles. Decent fighter, but he's had a long layoff, and he's one of the smaller ones. I don't know if that would be the fight that Kubrat Pulev should be trying to take, but he would rather take that fight instead of Anthony Joshua for a lot of money. It makes you wonder what his mindset is, right? And then after that, he's going to fight Maurice Vach, who's a big guy, but he loses all of his significant fights. So I don't know what Pulev, he wants to stay on the European level instead of going back up to the world level, and one wonders why that is. Now, Vladimir Klitschko didn't take the Anthony Joshua fight, but with Klitschko, I'm giving him a pass, period. He's earned a pass. Just simple as that for me. There's nothing else to prove. You guys, if you, all these people say, hey, you should fight him, you should fight him, you should fight him. Well, these guys should have been older, so we could have fought them when he was a little bit younger. It's a new crop of heavyweights coming up, and Klitschko doesn't have to beat all these guys. Just get one champion, and then Klitschko can fight them or whatever. But he deserves a pass, in my opinion. Although he's still fighting and he wants to fight these guys, but whatever. He deserves a pass, and he didn't fight Anthony Joshua, which he could have, but he wanted the WBA belt to be at stake as well, not just the IBF belt. It's not about money for Klitschko. He's one of the owners for K2 Promotions. So, and at the end of the day, he's a doctor. So he's not, worried. It's not money with him. It's all about legacy. His legacy's already sealed. So, these kind of guys, let these young guns handle their business, and then we'll talk about Klitschko. He's past that as far as I am concerned. So, in conclusion, y'all, the heavyweight division is on and popping. The glamour is back, y'all. All right, Doma Sports Talk worldwide, and we out. Ha ha.